Next we have to see math class, uh, runtime class, system class. So there are, look at this math class. This math class help you to perform some mathematical operation, some geometrical functionality like sine, cos, tan. Okay, and I'll tell you one thing. There's a math class in the lang package which is a final class and having all static methods. So you are not supposed to make a subclass of math class. Look at these methods. I have a method sine, cos, tan, a tan, radians, 2 degree, expressions, log, sqrt, right? So there are a number of methods where it is in a math class. So you can see this line here. It is a public final class math class extending object class, right? And then so you can see these methods, like number of methods we are having. Almost all the methods are static now. I'll just have some examples on the math class here. So if you can look here, int x 38, float y 65.7 f, and math.ceil equal to x, x. So it will give the ceiling value. So if we talk about 38, it is 38 again coming now. But if we talk about y, so y is a 65.7. It is returning me 66 here, right? So it is returning 66 now. And then floor x, so again same value. But if we talk about y, so y is having some fraction value. So I'm getting here 65, not 66. Floor return the lower value, ceil return the upper value, and round will just round the numbers. Okay, so 66 we are getting now. Another examples. So look at here, we are having say math.pow and math.pow we are calling here, and then we are saying x of 2 and y of 2. So it will find the x square plus y square which will store to d, and then we are saying math.sqrt. So we are finding the square root of d and finding the hypotenuse and printing here, right? So here we are calling these methods power and square root directly by math class because of static methods. So we are not creating object of math class here, and then printing here the hypotenuse of that. Okay, so next is what another is what import a static java lang math.star. So another class is here which we have a public class hypotenuse, and if we talk about public static void main, so here like int x equal to 4 and y equal to 5, double z and d. So in the case of here, I'm just calling this power and here sqrt directly. See the difference between this code and this code. Why we are doing this and how it is possible? So we are importing this java.lang.math.star as a static. So this is called a static import. What is called? Static import. If you are importing any package as a static, then if there are some static methods, you can directly call. You need not to prefix with the class name even, and that's a benefit. And you feel that okay, this is somehow it's like methods existing in the class. Another benefit is what we are writing less code in that. So that is the one benefit here. Now next we will see runtime class. What is runtime class? It encapsulates the runtime environment used for memory management and executing additional process or external process. So what it mean if you want to run the program and that time you want to, let us say you're running a code of Java and you want to open the notepad. which is not in a Java, right? You want to open your MS Word, you want to open a CMD, you want to open some other external process which is not in Java, right? You want to open some Windows based application, you want to open some Linux based application. So that is external process which you want to run by your Java code. So for that sake, we are having a code that is here. So there's a one class here, a runtime class. And this runtime class is having one static method, that is a get runtime, which returns me the runtime object. There's no public constructor, so we cannot create object of runtime r equal to new runtime. So we have to call like this runtime dot get runtime, and I'll get the object of runtime. So we are getting r as object, and then we are saying r dot execute. What? Notepad.txt, vnword.exe, okay, cmd.exe. So whatever the exe file you are having, you can pass it here. So whenever any application starts, so there's a one process get started, right? So that process will be pointed by this p. So this process p. So every execution is returning one process, and that process is holding by process, right? So process p equal to null here initially, but once we say r dot execute, okay, we are getting it, and then p is holding that. And once you're running this code, your notepad will get started now. Apart from this job, we can also find the total memory and free memory of the JVM, which will help me to find out this. And if you can see this code, we are having some method like total memory and free memory of the in the runtime only. Okay, so this will help us to do a lot for finding that. Next we can see here a system class. If you want to see this code, you just check it out here. And okay, no, system class. So system class provides facilities such as standard input, output, and error. So if you remember, we have written a line several times like system.out.println. What it mean? So system is a class having three different variables or instance reference variable, that is a input type and output and error. So we can write like system dot out dot print or print line, we can pass something here. We can also write like system dot error dot print line, code are same. So both are attached with the standard output device. What is as a standard output device? It is a monitor, right? So if you're writing something like system.println system.error.println, it will come to the monitor and print the message whatever you have written at this place. Okay, whatever you have written at this place, so it will print it. Now next, provides a means to access properties associated with the Java runtime systems, and even there are a number of properties we can get from the system class. System.get property method is there, and system class cannot be instantiated to create object. Okay, So we'll see some methods related to system class. You can look at here clearly. These are the three instance reference variable for system class: in, not, error. Error and not is a print stream type. In is the input stream type. So we can write here like system or dot print line. So print line method from this print stream only, and that auth object is calling, and this is static. So we are writing here system dot out, right? System dot error because of a static. And then after we are writing auth dot print line. So print line method belongs to the print stream. Okay. Similarly, we can write like system dot in dot read. So in is what? Input stream object. Okay, and we are calling read method from that. So this in is attached with the standard input device, that is the keyboard. Okay, so if you want to read anything from the keyboard, we have to take the help of system.in, which help us to read data from the keyboard and all. Okay, and so next is what? There is a set in, set out, and set error methods are there. There are a number of methods we are having here, so we can use it. And there's a one method, set security manager method, which help us to set the security for Java. So we can pass some security manager classes we are having, which is inbuilt in Java. And get security manager is there. Get property, set property methods are there, which help us to get the property of Java. And we are having current time millisecond, nano time, and which help us to retrieve the current time of system in millisecond and nanosecond. There's one method we are having array copy, if you can see here. So this array copy method returns what, like what I can say here, uh, we can copy one array to another array with the help of array copy. So system dot array copy. So data of one object, I mean array, it will go to the another object, that is array. Okay. So we can look it here. There's a system dot exit also we are having. Next we'll talk about the get property. I just explained one get property method of system dot get property. So if you're passing some like one string Java class path, so that will return you Java class path, and this will return you home Java version. So here I'm getting some class path here, and what is the version? Okay, what is the vendors and all will come here, and what is the virtual machine name, it will all display here. So we can get the property for all the Xavium through the get property.